good evening. Depending on where you're watching this video, I want to come live for a little bit and talk a little bit about passenger endorsement. For those that don't know, I have my CDL for the past 7 years, I guess 7 years. I've done some over the road, some local, some flatbed, dry bed, reefer, and I started out with Swift Transportation. Started out with Swift. They paid. Well, no, I'm telling a story. I actually started out with Night Transportation, and in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. I went there and I failed a test. I failed twice. I failed the pre-trip the first time, and then they only allow you 2 times. I found out that they allow you 3, but they only allow me 2. So anyway, I took it. I failed a pre-trip the first time, and then I passed a pre-trip, and I went back and had the road test and failed the road test. So they sent me packing, and then I fast forward to drove to Swift for like 11 months. When I came home, and been driving local drive reefer ever since. And now I'm going back to school to get my passenger endorsement. So that's why I'm going to talk about a little bit about that, like, because even though I guess the law's been changed, they changed the law. You know, with CDLs now, even though you have back in the day they would tell me that back in the day you didn't need a passenger endorsement. All you need was a CDL, and you could drive the school buses, you could drive the charter buses, and all that good stuff. But nowadays it's different. So the company that I work for the county, and so the county actually pays for you to go to. They actually pay for you to go to CDL school, and so you can't take the test. You can't take the CDL test after you've been in school for at least 4 weeks, regardless of what you know or whether you feel like you pass or not. You can't take the test till you've been there for at least 4 weeks. So after the 4 weeks, you have to pass the pre-trip 3 times. You have to pass the maneuvers, which is parking. Hey, how you doing? Hey, love you too. You have to do the parking maneuvers. You have to do the what they call it, the parallel park maneuver 3 times. All those 3 times. And you have to pass those evaluations 3 times, and then you get the opportunity to take the test. And so here, when I got my Class A, I took everything the same day. Here you take one test at a time. You take the pre-trip first, then you take the parking one day, and then the parallel parking one day. So anyway, it's 3. It's 3. If you've driven a truck already, then it's gonna be simple for you. It's gonna be easy for you. But at the same time, you know, they changed the law, and I think it's all about money. It's about money, because if you can drive a trailer, you can drive a school bus or a charter bus or whatever. But you still need to. It's different parts of the truck, parts to the bus than it is than a school bus. But so I can or a regular charter bus or whatever. So I understand in the sense, and you know, whatever you're doing, whatever you gotta go through, you gotta go through. Whatever you gotta do if you want what you want to accomplish. So steps, ups and downs, highs and lows. You gotta do what you gotta do to get what you want. So I figured I'd come on and share this. This is my second week. So I got like 3 more weeks to go before I take the test, or 2 more weeks before I take the test, and then if I take it in the 5th week, then we'll be all set. But yeah, back to CDL school. And I remember when I first went to CDL school. When I first went, it was like we had a thing where we was like, in our class, no man left behind. You know, we work together. It's kind of similar now. It's kind of the same now. You know, everybody helps each other to get, because we all trying to get something. We all trying to we almost trying to accomplish something. We all trying to get what we need. So no man left behind. It's a great motto to have. We started doing that because one of our classmates was in the military, and so he kind of shared that with us. So we adopted that philosophy of no man left behind. So it's a great philosophy to have. But anyway, you know, if you're desiring to go to a CDL school, you know, find one. You know, having a CDL, getting a CDL changed my life. And for a minute, I felt like I couldn't get a job. But now, once you have them for a while, you know, even if I want to go, I don't want to go over the road right now. But if I wanted to, I could. I have offers. I got numerous offers of over the road drive, but I wish I don't want to do anymore. Maybe in a year or two, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But right now, over the road is not for me. But I had offers. Actually, they have a $8,000 sign-on Covenant Transportation has $8,000 sign-on bonus if you want a team drive. $8,000 to give you the sign-on with them to a team drive. But I definitely don't want a team drive. And this is my spouse. But you know, team drive, $8,000 sign-on bonus for Covenant Transportation if you want to sign on with them. You know, I'm plugging them, but I'm not a recruiter. But they actually sent me a text message saying that one of the recruiters texted me and told me that they have an $8,000 sign-on bonus. So if you desire to get your CDL license, it's worth it. But I will tell you this: if you have a family, make sure. If you have a family, you have kids, make sure that your kids and your family are on board with your decision you're making. Because if you have kids, if you have a wife, you don't have to have kids. If you have a wife and she's not on board with what you're doing, and the money's good, but you may not have a wife, depending on the situation and depending on the conversation you have with them in the beginning. Do it in the beginning and make sure, because they may say, yeah, it's good, you go ahead and go. I understand we're going, you know, doing what we need you to do, and you're going to do it, but you go out and do it, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, well, you're not here no more, I miss you, and this and that. We never have time, because you work, you go out 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and you're only home for 4 days. So that's months and months and months going by, and you only spend a couple of days at home. So make sure you locked in with that and know that for a fact before you decide. If you get your CDL license, make sure you decide, if you're a family person, make sure you decide your family or your wife is on board with you. When you gotta do it once you get your CDL license, you gotta have them for 2 years. You gotta drive over the road, have some kind of experience for 2 years, maybe 3 now because they changed it. But you gotta have it for some years before these local companies, will hire you, because they won't hire you unless you got a certain amount of experience. So unless you get a job, like I say, with the county or the city, or like the county and the city, they are actually like hire drivers that don't have any experience, and they send them to school. So and they train them to get them up to speed on what's going on. But you know, it's a high turnover rate too. So the county and the city have a high turnover rate when it comes to CDL drivers, in my opinion. So anyway, I figured I'd come on. Hey, welcome to the live. I figured I'd come on, had a little time. You know, like I say, I'm back in school after 6 years of having my CDL license. I'm back in CDL school, going to CDL school, getting my passenger endorsements. But like I said, back in the day, they actually had, well, you didn't need to do all that. But now, you know, with the rules and laws and Luciano, things have changed to suit not the consumer, but people in business to help to make more money. But anyway, 3 maneuvers here in South Florida. It's 3 maneuvers you need to master before you can take the test. You got to do it 3 times. Like I said before, the pre-trip, pass that 3 times. Then it's the straight backing, the parking 3 times. You got to pass that 3 times. And then it's the alley dock. Not alley docking, but thinking about the Class A. But it's the parallel parking. You got to pass that 3 times. And then you can go take the test. Each test is breaking down in the 3 sections. The pre-trip, the straight backing, and the parallel parking. So, you know, you desire to get your passenger endorsements or your Class B. Class A is a little different. Class A is a little harder than the Class B. But if you desire to get either one, you know, call your local, if you want to drive for a company, or you want to pay for it out of pocket, and like check with your city, check with your county, because they have various programs. They have programs where they can help you. Not only if you don't want to drive for like companies like Swift or Knight or PAM, CRST, companies that pay for you to go to school, then you can like go to these local like the city or whatever, and they pay for you to go to city or school as well, and you have a job when you finish. So you can go about it. It all depends on how you want to go about it, whether you want to go over the road or not. Over the road, I think, in my opinion, it's more money faster. But with the county has a lot of overtime now, so it all depends on what you want to do, and what you want to do, and how you want to go with it. But anyway, check it out. I figured I'd come on and share that because that's part of my life too. And also, I also want to say, check out later on today, I'll be doing Tuesday testimonies. Check that out. Tuesday testimony, we're telling people sharing with how good God is, God's grace and God's mercy. We're gonna share that later on today. I got two that I'm gonna do today, and we're gonna share that later on today. Tuesday testimony, we're sharing how good God is, because God is good, and we're gonna share that today this afternoon. So anyway, I want to come on and share part of my journey, like. For those that don't know, who have been following my channel for a while, last year, we're not gonna finish last year. We're gonna finish this year better than we finished last year. So, and that should be the goal for everybody. Finish your year better than you finished last one. Step by step, brick by brick, minute by minute, hour after hour. Keep walking, keep putting God first, and things will work out for you. And whether you believe it or not, I believe. And so this is my video. So I'm telling God thank you, and I'm telling you that God is good, whether you believe it or not. So anyway, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. Lord, I thank you. Y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. And I'm out. Tell somebody you love them. Tell somebody you love them. You never know where you're gonna go. You never know where they're gonna go. Kiss the ones you love. You never know when you kiss them again. Also, a kind word and a kind just can change somebody's life. I'm a testimony to that. A kind word and a kind just to change my life, change my whole thought processes. Thank God for them. Thank God for that couple that poured to me, gave me a kind word, and shared a kind gesture with me. Changed my whole thought process of who I was and who I thought I was at the time, and let me know that God still loved me, even though I'm a filthy rag. And with that being said, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed, and like I said, kind word can just go a long way. So do a kind word. I'm not talking about somebody in your family, I'm talking about somebody outside your family. Give a kind word, do a kind gesture to somebody. You'll be surprised at that kind word that kind just change somebody's life. Be safe, be blessed. See you later on this afternoon. I'm out. Peace.